Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome, welcome, welcome. You know what time it is, guys. You know what time it is. It is Monday. Happy Monday to everybody. I am glad to be here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I cannot say it enough. You see the title. You see the title. We had a full Sunday of nothing but sports. WNBA first round of playoffs, first game, and we are going to kick off this Monday morning with the first game of the day, which was the Lynx versus the Valkyrie. Top seed versus the last seed. Top seed versus the last seed. Watching that game, let's get into it. When watching that game, it was one of those games where it was truly a game where you wanted to truly say, hey, here we are. The game is in full effect and it's no holds bar, none whatsoever. They didn't come to play at all. What I mean by that, we're going to take it back a little bit further to our one and only Natisha Heidemann. We always, when we talk about the Lynx, we talk about NVF. NVF had a game. She had a game. She did her thing. When we get into the midst of where we are, when we're talking about the Lynx, we also want to throw in Courtney and McBride. And of course, all those ladies did their thing. We're not going to take absolutely nothing from them. They did a phenomenal job. They had a great game, right? They started off super slow. Valks had hopes that they were going to come in this game and they were going to take this game. The game was pretty close. They're battling back and forth. But when you get into the game and the coach calls a timeout and getting that behind, and first quarter goes by and we come into the second quarter, and here we are. We're in the same boat we were in somewhat in the first quarter. Timeout, real quick. Volk stunned Lynx in the beginning of that game. They stunned them, no doubt. But we came into that second half, and it was Natisha Heidemann once again that came in and did such a phenomenal job in making sure that Lynx came out on top. Let's go into it a little bit. And I'm going to read this article for you. We'll go through it a little bit. It says here, let's post it up. Why not? Let's post it up. Let's get it on the board. There we go. Let's see. We got it up here for you. All right. So Minnesota 101 over Golden State 72. Heidemann. My girl Heidemann. Heidemann did her big one. Heidemann's going to always do her big one. The Lynx took control in the second quarter after trailing by 6 at the end of the first. The Lynx opened the second quarter on a 15-5 run, outscored the Valkyries 26 to 12 in the period, and led 47-40 at halftime. So again, Valkyries came out in the first quarter and they stunned the Lynx like water. I believe the Lynx thought that they were going to start this game. They were going to come in and they were going to run over the Valkyries because they're the first seed. They wouldn't worry about them. They didn't figure or depict that the Volks would come out and give them a sting. However, if I was the Lynx, I would have taken the last game that we played, the Valkyries, and said, hey, we cannot take this game lightly because the Valkyries led the game, the entire game, in their last regular season game prior to coming into the playoffs, every quarter up until the fourth quarter with, I believe, 2 minutes to go in the game. And that's when the Lynx took over and sealed the deal in the last minute of the game, of the regular season playing against the Valkyries. Natasha Heidemann. I got to give it to her. Natasha Heidemann did her big one again. It was the saving grace of Natasha Heidemann coming in, doing the little things, coming in as the sixth man off the bench and punching that wild pack and wooing the crowds and giving the Lynx that oomph they needed. But that is what Heidemann does, and she does it so well, and she does it with grace, without any warrant or praise. Natasha Heidemann, a candidate for Sixth Player of the Year, provided the Lynx with a big spark off the bench, as she has done all season. The momentum shift as soon as she checked into the game at 3 minutes and 43 seconds left in the first quarter. Heidemann finished the game with a career-high 18 points in 23 minutes. The Lynx never looked back, outscoring Valkyries 54-34 through the final two quarters to move one game away from returning to semifinals. Let's take a look. You know, they love to do their little dance there. Let's see. Give that to y'all one final time so y'all get to see this. I mean, well, it's not one final time because they have another game to play tomorrow, meaning Tuesday. We'll see if they're going to give them a straight sweep. Let's get past these ads here. Always got to go through the ads, guys. Go through the ads. Let's see. Ads. Let's take the ads off of there because I can't show you guys those ads. So as soon as the ads are over, then I will pop this back up on the screen because I can't show you guys that, although you saw just a tidbit of it. All right, let's get into it. There we go. Put it back up. No volume to it. We'll keep the volume down, guys. Actually, let me give you some volume.
Start off with Nafisa Collier, the bucket. The target center at Golden State. Minnesota has won all 4 regular season matchups. Now in the playoffs here. Veronica Burton looking to turn the tide for the Valkyries in the May 3.
Good roll up defensively by Collier, and then nice job rebounding and quickly getting up the floor. Look at Heidemann handle.
And that's exactly what Burton's done.
Giving some nice little highlights of the game and what the Lynx did throughout the game.
Knocks it down. These Minnesota Lynx championship contenders yet again.
Nafisa does that off-balance shot so well. She does that so well.
Williams finds Heidemann. Connection.
And there you have it, guys. There you have it. We'll come off of there. I could give you a little bit of MVP. Let's give you a little bit of MVP here. Let's go ahead. Let's give you a little bit of MVP. Since we're here again, gotta take the ads off the screen there, and we'll come back. This can't have those up there because I am not a sponsor there, so I can't have those ads up there. So we'll get past those ads real fast and come back into it. So, you know, Nafisa Collier went to block a shot of Kate Martin and ended up rolling her ankle. Here we go, guys. Let me get you back up here. Get it back up on the stage. Post it back up. Here we go. Let's start this. There we go.
Historic year it has been for.
Here's a quick highlight of MVP real quick.
And they start off with Nafisa Collier, the bucket. The target center.
They also play in the gaps and no personnel, and they also have a rim presence between Collier and Smith. As Collier drives, gets bumped, and one.
Shots from Minnesota, much needed bucket to go down from their leader Collier. This is.
We're not going to go all the way through that, but that's just just a few clips that we have with showing off Nafisa. We want to make sure that I gave that to you all so you get to get the gist of where we are with that. Now, I put in the box because I want you all to see my graphics, so I'm going to kind of just hang up top while I continue to talk with you guys. However, so back to what I was saying, Fee did have a rolling of the ankle, went to block a shot for Kate Martin in the close to the end of the third, not all the way at the end of the third, but I think it was like 3 minutes or so of the game where she went to block a 3-point shot of Kate Martin's. Cleared, but didn't give Kate Martin time to a clear path to come completely down. So therefore, there was a foul on Fee. And of course, your momentum takes you forward. Fee falls with her right leg going behind her, which also ended up underneath Kate Martin as she came completely down, and it kind of rolled Fee's ankle a little bit. But however, I believe that she's going to be okay. We will see for sure tomorrow, in tomorrow's Tuesday's battle for game 2, and we will see how she looks moving forward on there. But now that I got that in, I wanted to make sure y'all got that. Now, with that, when what a loss means to Golden State, it puts them in a situation where now when they come to play Tuesday, they and it's just going to be one of those battles where it's tough to come back in one of those tight games like that when it's the best of 3. And not to say that it is impossible, it is definitely possible but when you're trailing 0-1 and you're returning to the Bay Area, they have such an amazing crowd. So then again, it may not be tough. But when you're playing against the number 1 contending team, it can put you in a sticky situation, right? Me personally, I wouldn't want to lose on my home turf, on my home court. But at the same time, you got to look at who you're playing. And Letitia Heidemann, being that 6-man candidate, I think that she deserves it. It's very well much deserved. She's done an amazing job all season coming in and giving the Lynx what they need in that tight push. Return to the Bay Area, it gives the Valkyries the opportunity to snap out of that streak that they have of going down to the Lynx, is what I'm trying to say, because it's just the regular season as well, right? They're always so close. They're always battling and fighting so hard. And then they find themselves in a situation where they end up with the L at the end. But, at that point, guys, let me know what you think when it comes to game 2, rolling through into the Bay Area for Lynx versus Valkyries. Let me give you one more little clip here. Let's see. Let's roll into it. Let's roll into it. Let's see what we got here. Dejanay Carrington. Dejanay. I like Dejanay. Just giving y'all some highlights of the standing ovation Carrington got when coming into the game was amazing. This was a great trade, guys. This was a phenomenal trade. Just going into giving you all some of the highlights of the game on certain players. This is Courtney Williams and some daggering moments in the third quarter, towards the end of the third quarter. Nice cross-court pass. Bam. Here we go. Let's hit it. Give you a couple of more. Carrington.
For the ball.
All right, y'all. Let's get this off right. Okay. but that's the recap of the Lynx versus the Valkyrie. Again, we're going to come back on tomorrow, Tuesday, in the Bay Area and see how that game fare out. Valkyries can either be fall and it be 0-2, and they fall and they go fishing. Well, I'm sorry, I don't want to say fishing because typically that's what we say in other sports. So they females don't do a whole lot of fishing. Some do. Let's not say they don't fish, but they'll go ahead and they'll be on their vacation somewhere off in Cancun or Bali somewhere, hanging out under the sun, sunbathing and tanning and all of that. That's what females mostly do. But again, not to say they don't fish, but they will definitely be packing up their sneakers for the days to come for the WNBA. Some of them will get prepared to go overseas and get ready to play. Others will be in Unrivaled, getting themselves some rest to get ready for Unrivaled, and others will just simply be enjoying their time on, getting themselves, their body right, their mental right, and their physicality in its entirety together, mind, body, and soul, ready for the next season for 2026. With that, guys, I am going to sign out. I will see you all on the next one. I'm going to give you a recap of every game that was played yesterday for as the W is concerned. So I'll be on a little bit later. And so you tell me what you think. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment because I do respond. I love seeing you all's comments. I love replying to you all. And also tell a friend, as my boy, main man, KSAP would say, tell a friend, come on over. Enjoy some of this good word from So Pretty Tony over here at Court Vision. And also hit that notification bell. So that way you get the notice every time I drop. I know sometimes YouTube will do something a little bit crazy and you don't get the notifications, but do look for me in the future throughout the days coming for more bangers. Again, I'm going to come to you all again with the rest of the recap of all the games that was played for the W yesterday, and we'll go over them just briefly. Not going to make the videos too long, just to come in and give you a touch back on what I saw, what the game looked like, give you a little in-depth, a little bit of highlights on what took place in each game. And with that, guys, sail on to the next one. Enjoy your morning.